Hey everybody. Long time, but we are back. It is your boy, Eduardo Jackson, creator, founder of the Cinema Draft Game, here with one of my new recent friends. He's a dog. He's a miniature American Eskimo. His name is E2. Say hello, E2. He just, oh, hello, E2. You can't see him. He's very cute. And also with the homie, the DFM pro in training. I mean, if we are gonna have pros, he's probably gonna be first in line. You know him, you love him. The draft mom loves him. Jay Devlin, say hello to the people, Jay.
What's up, buddy? Good to be back. I decided to take my girlfriend's face off of the screen and go with an Assassin's Creed look today.
The Fastbender tribute.
Fassbender tribute with my Christmas beard. And we're going to have a little fun today, man. Apparently you are in a hurry today because you have
It will be a micropod, yes.
you have a day date, apparently. What does are you going just like straight standard cup of coffee chit chat day date or
Straight
what are we
standard,
talking?
man. This is getaway day. This is like on the end of like a 5 game road trip. I just got to be in, get out, meet and greet. Hopefully provide a fun
Okay.
trinket. Got to get a little trinket on the way up there so she feels special.
Where
But
where
yeah,
does Cineswag meet these young ladies? Are we
I
talking
don't
on
know.
the old the dark
Oh,
web or what?
no, we use technology. We use the tools of our time. We use Bumble.
This
I
is a
bumbled
Bumble
her,
date.
and she bumbled me. Bumble is
Okay.
like the female version of Tinder, if sort of, where it's like they move first. So yeah, it's cool. So we'll see. I think she's a teacher.
Now do you stay like brand loyal and go Starbucks because you're from Seattle, or do you go like some kind of like swanky, art house coffee shop where people are playing guitar,
Oh God, we have to end
writing
this so
poetry?
soon. We have to end this segment so soon. Okay, this is terrible.
Sorry about
Yes,
that.
I'm not even. No, that's fine. I'm not going to show my face because if I was white, I'd be blushing. No, so I actually inadvertently stay brand loyal because Starbucks is like McDonald's of coffee houses, and also to their credit, even though we are very proud of them in my hometown of Seattle, still, they're not only are they ubiquitous, but they're trying to, change up their look in places. They're trying to be a little more homey, so they make it fairly comfortable. It's generic. It's not very original. I understand, ladies. I understand. If I had more time and more energy, if I weren't leaving to go back home tomorrow, I'd probably do some shit like, I don't know, one of my go tos actually is not the foundation room, but there's a room on top of the Mandalay Bay which overlooks the strip. It's a great look, especially at sunset. Not to give away all my trade secrets, but we don't have time for that. We ain't got time for all that. We just got to do
The
coffee.
egg, my last point, the eggnog latte is on fire this month.
Yo,
It's straight lit.
when I was out there with you last weekend after I dropped you off. So I made a quick road trip to LA to catch up with my people, do a little holiday partying, and got in some very bad basketball with Jay Devlin. And afterwards, after I dropped you off, I went to a Starbucks to kill some time, and I had the eggnog latte, and it is very lit. I get it with 2 vanilla pumps.
Wow,
Like
that's
the crinkleberry
sexual. Be careful.
pump.
Don't say that in front of her, man. That could be construed as like
Not
sexual
three
harassment
pumps.
of
Three
some.
pumps will get you
Okay.
flagged. I do 2 pumps, like the crinkleberry. Pump, pump. Okay, so preliminaries are out of the way, damn it. We are here to celebrate the game up and running for the holiday season. We know a lot of you have more time on your hands to check out our lovely game, to also check out the great movies at the cinema. I went and saw Passengers last night, and it is the lit, fam. The
Good, huh?
lit. Good.
Pretty good.
It's a great time in the movies. And Jennifer Lawrence, if you didn't know it already, I mean, first of all, she's been bae, quite honestly, ever since Winter's Bone, which is where we all kind of semi-discovered her. But my goodness, she is a bona fide movie star. She earns every last dollar of her higher than Chris Pratt salary.
She
She's amazing. She's
she
amazing.
made more money than Chris Pratt on that movie, huh?
Oh yeah, because she kicked up a fuss as well. She should have, last year or 2 years ago, whenever the Sony leak came out, where she found out that she's getting paid less than her male co-stars, even though she was just as vital a part of some of those movies. So ever since then, I mean, if you come to J Law, you better come correct. Come with your checkbook open because she earns every last penny in this movie. She's amazing. She's
How was
great.
the chemistry? I said a couple weeks ago that I wouldn't be shocked if like a Brad Angelina thing came out because they look
Oh,
like they just get along really, really well,
well, yeah. So if his wife were anyone but Anna
like
Faris,
Mr. and
then
Mrs. Smith style.
I mean, if his wife was anyone but Anna Faris, who's like funny, sweet, and cute, and from the crib, from Seattle, she probably would have
Yeah.
had a chance. But they seem very happy. Chris Pratt and his wife, two uh, Western Washington natives. So no, I don't think the chemistry was great. Chemistry
Hey,
was very much there, but I don't think any shenanigans happened.
hey, Ed, all those adjectives you used to describe Anna Faris were probably used to describe Jennifer Aniston. Just so you know. Just so you
Wow.
know. All right.
Wow, that hurts. Okay, true, probably, but hurts. Yes, Pastor's very lit. So yes, I'm very excited to see how it does. I've priced it accordingly. We'll get into pricing a little bit later. Let's just go over a few call sheets from this past weekend. It was very fun. As you can see, we have the new talent pool up for you to check out. But let's look at some of the completed call sheets first. Start with the feature presentation, our top ranking tournament. And yeah, so if you're wondering where my call sheet's at, if you're used to seeing CD swag this week, I did a header and accidentally deleted myself from the database. So we will not be going over my call sheet this week, but we will be going over everyone else's. And look at here. Look who showed up in fourth place, Jay Devlin.
Off
Let's
the
take a look.
podium, off the
Yeah,
metal podium, though. I mean,
still cashed. Good for
I'm a,
$20.
I'm a
Go over your call
distant
sheet.
fourth, though. I'm not going to pat myself on the back for a distant fourth, but thank you.
No problem. So let's go over your call sheet for a second, and I'll hold it on static so you can discuss what was your strategy going into this, because I see a lot of La La Land here.
Yeah, I don't think I was very far off of what the winning call sheets were. I mean, you had to have one Rogue One because it's just too much, and then La La Land has all the buzz, man. It's got the Oscar buzz. It's got that, 200 theaters this last week and absolutely crushed. Star power with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. It just
Sorry,
says everything. I did like Manchester by the Sea as well. That was projected to make some decent coin. But you got to go with those platform releases, man. You need those extra points. And if I had just stayed away from Manchester by the Sea, I mean, obviously the strategy was all La La Land, one Rogue One, and punt a limited release. But that was my strategy, man. I don't think I was very far off. But
no, very solid strategy. I mean, you scored more points than I did. I believe. Oh, okay, so the dog's going down. All right. No more E2 time. Okay, so, and sorry about that quick escape to a blank tab. That was dog influenced. So let's take a look at the winning call sheet, and it was close this week. It was a Bana. Okoye, I think that's right, beat Gamble 24/7 by less than a point and a half.
is that the closest finish ever? I know we've had a couple close finishes. That feels like it's up there in the top 2 or 3 closest finishes ever.
In the cinema draft history, that might be one of the closest finishes there, but I feel like we've had one that's been under a point, but that we definitely have had like some photo finishes in testing. But yeah, this is one of the closest ones we've had, especially for the feature presentation. So yeah, so this strategy was as you described. Rogue One, get your Felicity Jones, and honestly, you're gonna see. We adjust all the prices each week, but I accidentally put in for Felicity Jones' salary, the salary for Diego Luna, because we know this movie's all about Felicity Jones. So my bad. I didn't mean, for any of the equal pay activists or whatever out there. I know it's a Felicity Jones movie. It should have been 39,000, not 38,700. It's my bad.
I'll tell you what, my mind does not work that way. I don't see like the flaw and everything, but I will say this. I did think that when I saw it. I was like, wow, Felicity Jones cheaper than Diego Luna?
I know. That's my bad. That's my bad. I'm not being sexist. It's honest, slip of the fingers.
Yeah, but nobody rostered Diego Luna, I'm guessing, which is,
pretty much no. Unless they wanted to show off with that extra 300. But yeah, so yeah, he's exactly how you described. He max stacked La La Land. He had interesting, yeah, you got his headliner stack in there, and Nocturnal Animals, which is interesting because it didn't perform. I mean, at limited release, it didn't really perform what we thought it would do, but still, that 2.82 points was the difference between the tag team tie of Gamble 24/7 and James Lear, who had identical call sheets just about, with punting with Miss Sloan. They went with Jessica Chastain. And I thought we covered this in my podcast last week with the lovely Cami Maroney. I thought we covered this, damn it. Don't pick Miss Sloan. She's not going to win you a tournament because as much as I love this movie, it's still my movie of the year. It's just a great movie in time of the movies. And mind you, it's not showing up in our talent pool this week because it's been reduced to 60 freaking theaters. If it's in the theater near you, go see that bad boy this weekend because it's going out. It's almost gone. And rightly so because it only grossed, it only got you 1.37 points. Yeah, I think it only made like 0.44 $0.4 million, $440-something thousand. It was just a waste of time. But you had to do something. He was limited on his budget. You see $0 remaining. So we went with the headliner from a limited release movie, and they almost got there, but that was the difference.
Here's the interesting strategy in something like this. If I had done straight La La Land, I feel like I would have ended up with Miss Sloan as well. Probably because whenever I roster non-headliners, I'm always rostering the cheapest ones. It's very important to like save that extra 200, 300. It's like one of the little idiosyncrasies of the game, where that extra 200 or 300 matters at the end. So I probably would have rostered all the cheap La La Land people, had 7,200 left, and then went Miss Sloan. If you look at the winning call sheet, they also spent the entire 100,000. But they only spent 7,000 on Nocturnal Animals. So they paid for like a couple La La Land actors that were a little more expensive than some of the cheaper ones. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's an excellent point. And well, first of all, everyone, once again, bow at the feet of Jay Devlin. He just put you up on some game. Always get in your headliners where you can, number one. And even it was a sound strategy. It just didn't work out because Miss Sloan was so underperformed. But also, it shows you that sometimes you don't need all headliners to win. When you look at Koye, he stuck in all that he could afford, which was
you don't need all headliners. But what I'm saying is that it looks like they took some La La Land people, the guy that won, that weren't amongst the cheapest ones. See what I'm saying? So budget remaining is 0 on both the first place lineup and the second and third place lineups. But the first place lineup took a couple La La Land people that weren't the cheapest members of that cast on the call sheet.
Oh, I see. So he probably could have afforded himself some extra money to
exactly. He could have afforded himself a couple extra $100, which I think everybody kind of likes the idea of spending all of their money. Mm-hmm. Which think about that in the future. Like, don't worry about spending all of your money. Just try and get the movies in your call sheet. They're going to gross the most money. And Nocturnal Animals was a movie that was just going to make more money than Miss Sloan.
Amen. And then generally, I just try to use up. I try to be within, say, 5%. I try to leave 5,000 or less because if it's more, I feel like I'm not, necessarily maximizing, my budget. But I do have some interesting ideas for future games when we build out our staff, whatever. We can do some kind of innovative things with like the budgets. Like maybe you can only spend what was it, like maybe you can only spend up to 80K or something, or maybe you try to get the worst best lineup with the cheapest line, stuff like that. So there's those things are coming in the future down the road. But yeah, but budget, bankroll management for anything in life really is very important.
Let's take a look at Jaybird's lineup real quick while you're in there. Jaybird's
Jaybird's
draft legend.
He had a very not so legendary performance, and I only say this because he hit me up on IM the other day saying he totally forgot to adjust his lineups. So what happened was his placeholder lineups were the ones that ran. And the irony is because we had several people who were employees or family members of Cinema Draft employees, cash, he still made the money with his 61-point lineup. This
61.
This is just a placeholder. Not to put you on blast, Jaybird. These were all placeholders.
Okay.
So thanks for playing, Jaybird. We look forward to a stronger lineup from you next week. But yeah, anything with collateral, this was collateral beauty, and no Rogue One was destined to fail. This isn't a Jaybird approved lineup. Just trust.
All right, no worries. No, yeah, I was gonna say it looked a little weird.
Yes, definitely a little weird. All right, so let's go to. So that was a review of the past weekend. And if you want to see all the winners, you can go to our company blog at medium.com/@cinemadraft. This should be the first story up there. And you see everyone who won. It's pretty much Okoye took the top 2 spots with some James Lear coming in, and then also some tag team of James Lear and Gamble 24/7 in the gaffer. So some interesting results up there. Check us out at medium.com. So let's pivot to the future. Let's see what's going on for next week. And so we have them up in your lobby right here. It starts at our normal time, 10 p.m. Pacific on Thursday. And some of these movies are already going to be out in the wild. Some of these were released either late last night or today because the Christmas holiday season. So you might even get a beat on what's going to be successful and what won't be.
Do their box office results that they're getting tonight count for their week, or do you start their week after lock? Wednesday?
It should be. I believe it'll be. I believe it'll be a traditional. Actually, the lock will be on Thursday, and
Thursday, right.
and I believe it'll be the full the normal 3-day weekend through Sunday. So with the final results tallying on Monday, it should be very interesting because there's always a spike on Christmas, and some of these movies I think are coming out on Christmas. I think Fences might come out on Christmas Day, but it still might do bang up box office for its price point. So let's check out some of these. That we look forward to, since we're not doing a normal full-blown podcast this week because I am traveling early tomorrow.
And dating. Traveling and dating. It's a busy week.
Dating then traveling. If I get to date when I'm home, that'd be lucky. But we're looking at some of the ones I would recommend this week that are kind of interesting. I'm really interested by Hidden Figures. It's coming out on only 25 screens, but it's going to be in your New York and LA's. It might come out, I believe, either today or on Christmas Day. Its release date might be a little fungible, and it's been getting a lot more traction, interest than I thought it would be. Taraji P. Henson, of course, is hot from Empire. It's a little Kevin Costner glow here and there, but people seem generally interested in this movie. So as far as a platform release, I'm keeping my eye on it.
Okay. I think you have to, if we're going to go into this week, you have to start with Rogue One. You just have to start there and go work your way down. Well, I have not looked at the prices. This is the first time. How did you adjust the prices, or did you not adjust them?
No, totally adjusted them. We brought them down under 30, mostly because it's a crowded box office space. We have some contenders in Sing. The voice actors from Sing are going to be dominating some of the headlines as well, because everyone's talking about that movie. Like, that's a 4-quadrant hit right there, Sing. And so that one's priced somewhat appropriately. You've got Matthew McConaughey at $16,000 and Scarlett Johansson at $15,900 as your headliners for Sing. And it's releasing on 4th. All right. And it's releasing on 4th.
Man, good to be out here in Cinema Draft, man.
Screen. So yeah, so tell us, McConaughey, what's your prospects for this weekend with Sing?
Hey man, I don't know, man. I live in space, man. I don't do that Rogue One here, man. I'm just gonna do a little singing on the stage, man, animated style. Kick my feet back up in Austin, Texas, and celebrate the birth of Christ, man. That's the thing. I mean, there's some big movies coming out. Obviously, Passengers, Sing, Assassin's Creed. You got some big, 30 million for Passengers is the projection. 34, 35 for Sing. Assassin's Creed is 20 plus.
What? Wow. Because I might have undervalued Assassin's Creed now I think about it. In Assassin's Creed, your headliners are Michael Fassbender, $9,500, and Marion Cotillard at $8,900. And I only priced it so low because historically video game movies don't do well. This one looks lit AF, so I have high hopes for it.
It inspired my look today for the show, Ed. I mean, it should tell you I'm all in on Assassin's Creed.
Amen. But 20 million plus. That's, I mean, if it does that much for $8,500 for the cheapest actor on there, for the cheapest 5 actors on there, that might be a hidden value play.
What is Rogue One gonna do?
Rogue One.
No. What's it gonna do this week?
That's excellent.
100 million.
Oh wow, think so? 100 million?
Well, I mean, most movies drop down by what, like roughly 50% is about like what we've seen.
So then now put it like 75, 80. 100?
But this is a movie this is the kind of flick. These people are insane. These Star Wars people, that they go see it twice. I don't see this thing dropping off 50%. I see it probably dropping off like 35, 40%. And then you're still looking at 100 million. I mean, it's if you can roster 2 of them and then just put in a bunch of 5,000s, I'd say that's the best way to go. I don't know if mathematically that's possible this week, but
Well,
That
you know,
movie is still the best movie to roster, easily.
no, you're gonna need a combination of Rogue One and most likely some Sing, and then figure out your value from there. But this is what I'm thinking though, and I'm with you. What you said is very sound, very traditional, very traditional game theory for the box office. But what makes Rogue One a little different is that it did open huge and wide. Everyone's gonna see it. Everyone's gonna see it twice. I'm gonna see it again with my mom, when I get to Seattle. But the
Draft
word of mouth
mom.
hasn't been great with the draft mob. Exactly, the word of mouth hasn't been great. I have to admit, it hasn't been what you would think it would be.
Yeah, but Star Wars transcends all that crap, man. I mean, the
Generally,
Force Awakens was not a good movie. I mean, it just wasn't. People still went and saw it 2, 3 times because they're just indoctrinated with Star Wars. I mean, it's a generational thing. They could make the crappiest movie and people are still going to go see it, man, because everybody's just a sheep for
no,
that
no,
stuff.
no. This is true. I would say the 30 to 40% drop would be more in line if this thing was just like universally loved. But I've got like normal people, not just the Metacritic of 65 I'm showing here, saying that they weren't feeling it as much as they should have been. And that was my main concern, my main criticism is that all the pieces were there, they're assembled right, everything seemed in the right place, but yet it seemed like it was missing just a little bit of soul. So I don't know. I'm very actually that there's an over under bet for the week. So do you think it's gonna do over 100 million, right?
I wouldn't say 100. I would say 90, probably.
90?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough because I think it might do exactly 90. You know what? Actually, I'll take the under on 90. I think it might do 88 because it's a
Okay.
very crowded marketplace. Yeah, let's do a little side bet there for a
Done.
little $10 side bet or whatever. I believe in the over under for our podcast this week. I believe it'll do just under 90, and you think it'll do 90 plus. So that's our projection for Rogue One. I think it's gonna be. I think a sleeper might be why him. It's gonna go wide. People like to laugh on Christmas. It's got the head start of opening today, I believe. Or actually, I think it opens on Friday. So maybe it's not much of a head start. Collateral Beauty's DOA, La La Land. Now, La La Land, the popular choice. I mean, it came out of nowhere. Well, I would say it came out of nowhere, but I had no idea it was going to do 4.1 million on 200 screens. That's just bananas.
I just, by the way, I'm making the winning lineup as we speak on Cinema Draft. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but
okay, please don't.
it's not hard to make the winning lineup this week. I'm just telling you that.
Hey, the gauntlet's been laid before you, dear listeners. It is not hard, so come correct, or else Jay Devlin will
Come
mock you.
correct, because this lineup is straight effing fire.
There you go. And so La La Land is, I mean, it got bumped up. We bumped it up by another 2,000 each actor because if it stays in the platform release category, there's no other place you're going to go. I mean, if you want those points, I mean, you got 57.4 points for Ryan Gosling last week. I mean, that's just bananas. That might be the highest I've ever seen a platform release earn. So just, I mean, if you're going to do if it stays platform, it might expand, more through the Christmas season. If it says platform, you're gonna have to pay for it. Jackie's kind of interesting, but it's only on 4 screens. No, it's not on 4 screens. It's expanding to 335 screens. Oh, my bad. No, Jackie is going from 84 screens to 335 screens. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Moana is doing solid business. It gets knocked down to the 12,000 range for Dwayne Johnson's headliner, but it still could pull in, a good, 15 million over, expanded, box office weekend. I mean, the marketplace we've seen in the past, the marketplace expands over Christmas. I don't know about you guys. It's a tradition. Me and the Draft Mom, we go see a movie every Christmas on Christmas Day after we've done the presents and stuff, and I've watched all the basketball I can stand. We go see a movie, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock movie. It's great. Sometimes it's weird shit like Django Unchained, where we're laughing our ass off uncomfortably in a theater full of white people who don't know if they should laugh or be appalled. Or sometimes it's even worse, more polyxes humor, like The Wolf of Wall Street, where Leo's doing coke and blow off, stripper breasts. So I don't know, but either way, it's what we do. It's what a lot of families do. It's good. So Moana still could get you some money. Fantastic Beasts is dead. Manchester by the Sea might be interesting, but it might have seen its best days. And Nocturnal Animals seems to be on the downside, even though that's an excellent film. Anything to add here, Jay Devlin? Anything you're looking at?
No, I mean, you covered all the movies. I mean, I don't. We'll see how many.
There goes your movie, Patriots Day, on 7 screens, and you live in LA, so you should go see that.
I was literally just going to say I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. We'll see how many people listen to this podcast.
Okay.
Patriots Day is way too cheap.
Mm, on
Platform
7 screens,
release,
way too cheap, huh?
7 screens. We've seen movies like Moonlight when Moonlight was on like 2 fucking screens. Absolutely crush it. This movie's on 7 screens and it's got Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
And it's like an American hero story. People want to be uplifted during the holidays. It's an uplifting story. People want to get in on movies early. The wide release isn't coming until January. I think this movie is going to be huge. 5,000 is way too cheap. I am going to have a complete movie stack of this movie.
Wow, he's calling his shot now. Patriots Day, and also we don't have very many house rules around here, but one rule I personally have is I do not bet against Peter Berg. I just don't do it. The man really knows how to make those recent events or based on true events. You know why big audience crowd pleasers, even in the face of tragedy, which is exactly what Deepwater Horizon was. I went to that movie expecting to hate it. I came out loving it. I'm not betting against Peter Berg because of the strength of your recommendation, the fact that Peter Berg's involved. I'm gonna have me some Patriots Day. I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I just 7 screens is plenty for me. That's plenty with a
Solid,
platform
solid
release.
value.
If it sells out on all those screens, on 7 screens, which is not impossible to do.
We could have like a $50,000 per screen, situation here, which times 7 is 3 point. Well, actually, that's not that much. That's 350,000 screens. Well, we've seen in recent past just some of these just go boffo. Like, for example, look at like Jackie from last weekend this week. Jackie from last weekend, I believe, did something crazy like, or maybe his first weekend, something crazy like 100,000 per screen or something. It was just off the charts. So,
all right. So how many points would that be?
18,000.
So how many points was that? How many screens? Well, actually, 26 screens.
26 screens, 18,000 per screen, did 492,000. So at a platform release, that was still only about just under 5 points. So it wasn't exactly what we thought it was. But I mean, if you look at something like
how much did look at La La Land? Did 176,000 per
on
screen?
5 screens. Okay, yeah, great point. So on that, you're getting almost 9 points. Straight out the box from there on just 5 screens. And that actually, that's about as high as you're going to see. So we could see a situation where, you might get 225,000 off one screen.
I think Patriots Day has that. I mean, it's got that ceiling. It's got $1 million ceiling on 7 screens. It definitely has.
If it does 225,000, that's 1.57. 1.58 million, which is essentially 16 points. 22 or so if you're even a headliner. So I mean, we're gonna have to track that one closely as we prepare our call sheets over the next 36 hours. But that's a great call. I'm liking the bold call there, Jay.
Well, the reason, I mean, here's the reason, and like I'm going to reveal my strategy just again because this is like a social experiment. I want to see how many people are listening to the pod. You can stack. You can have both headliners from Rogue One, and then stack everybody from Patriots Day, and then and then have a headliner from like Nocturnal Animals.
Mind blown.
That's what I just did.
Mind blown. Wow. I'm definitely gonna follow your footsteps and on at least one of my 5 call sheets. I'm not sure which one. I think I'm liking a mix of a Rogue One, Passengers, and some Sing, and then just figuring out the value from there. But that is a very strategy.
You're an artist, my man. You're trying to make like a beautiful Jackson Pollock, Salvador Dali, and paint beautiful colors everywhere. I'm just trying to take tournaments down. And if we're just talking straight strategy here, if you can actually fit in both headliners from Rogue One, I mean, there's 260 points right there. I don't care how well Matthew McConaughey can sing, all right, or how sexy Jennifer Lawrence is. You're just not going to be able to compete with that.
She is very sexy in this movie. She's very sexy. And wow. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing your social experiment enacted. Once again, great job, Jay Devlin. I have to go. I'm about to be late for this getaway date, whatever. Thanks for hanging with us, everybody. And coming back to the game, I know we were gone for a while, but we were back. We're going to keep this running every week. You can find us everywhere on all of our normal social media channels. Go to cinemadraft.co, that is cinemadraft.co, to sign up for the free beta. Tell all your friends. Good luck at the movies, and looking forward to seeing those call sheets.
And Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Have a great holiday. And Ed, great job as usual, man. Great product. Keep this thing churning along. It's getting bigger and better every week, and look forward to being a part of it in the future, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your support. And I also check out Jay Devlin on Mostly Sports. I believe they'll have a new podcast up in the new year, but check out the old ones. They're highly entertaining. Highly, highly entertaining. Hi, Jackie. Hey,
Ta-
sometimes you
you,
got to shoot your shot.
ta-
You got to shoot your
well,
shot.
you can tag her on this on Twitter. She'll enjoy that.
And she listens to every single minute until she gets the hi, Jackie at the end. All right, well, that's it for this week. Thanks, everybody, and we will see your call sheets.